And this, give it haste. Just go all in. Okay, so for today we will be taking a short break from the Ozolith deck brewing, and we're gonna do a little bit of diamond ranked queue. And what we will be playing today is Umori the Collector Gruul Aggro. So, how to play this deck? Basically, Umori requires every non-land card in your starting deck to share a card type. In this case, I went for creatures. Unfortunately, that means that you cannot run Embercleave and you cannot run Planeswalkers in your main deck, which is kind of a shame, but oh well, it is what it is. I think having an 8 card ready to be played right after start is more powerful than an Embercleave anyways, but well, maybe arguably that's not the case, but I think this is probably a stronger build than the Embercleave build. So what you want to do with this deck, basically you want to curve out strongly and quickly. So you kind of want the Pelt Collector on turn 1, then on turn 2 you want to play either your Marauding Raptor or your Stonecoil Serpent, which will buff your Pelt Collector. Then on turn 3, if you do have your Marauding Raptor on the field already, you can curve into Umori, which at that point all your creature cards will cost 2 less. So your Questing Beast will only cost 2 green, your Nilia will only cost 2 mana, your Gruul Spellbreakers will cost 2. Unfortunately, you cannot reduce the cost of the red and the green mana, but it makes all your creatures super cheap to cast, and most of your stuff has haste, so you can go straight for the face. On top of that, we are running 3 copies of Gemraiser. This really helps to get rid of Elspeth Conquers Death and also Fires of Invention. And because there is a few enchantment creature decks running around, you can even use this to get rid of a creature in some cases, or to get rid of the Witch's Oven. Personally, I might be increasing the number of Gemraisers to 4 and the number of Questing Beasts also to 4, and just take out the 2 Skargan Hellkites. Because among all the games that I have been playing today, I never really got around to actually playing this card, but the Questing Beast and the Gemraiser are probably much more useful to get rid of your opponent's threats. I think this is a really solid deck. Klothys as well, it helps to get rid of Euro in the opponent's graveyard. I may increase the number of Klothys because there is a lot of graveyard-centric decks going around right now. And overall, this deck is quite solid. It has good matchups. It matches up decently against Mono Red Aggro. It matches up decently against all the Fires of Invention decks. The only deck that I have a little bit of issues with is Lurrus with Rakdos Sacrifice, because they are able to steal quite a lot of your creatures every day with Claim the Firstborn card. But oh well, every deck has bad matchups, and either way, I hope you enjoy the footage, and see you tomorrow with another video. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed so far. We were able to climb above 40 subscribers relatively quickly. I'm kind of thinking to do something like a thank you towards all the subscribers, but I haven't really figured out what yet. Maybe I will be doing a raffle to give away one of the one of the Beyond Hellfall Secret Lair digital code, so people can unlock the sleeves in the game, but I'm still deciding if that's enough to give back to the community. But thank you for sticking around, and I'm sorry about yesterday when the volume of the endgame footage was way too loud. I hope today is better, and see you next time. Take care. Alright, we're up against Diggy. 'Cause 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 'c And looks decent. Turn 2 Marauding Rat into a Gruul Spellbreaker. He is playing Yorion though, so we need to raise him a bit. Put this down. I am just gonna be looking for lands now. Maybe the correct play is actually going into the Umori next turn. Because then all our creatures will cost 2 less, which can be quite good. So I'm just gonna play the Umori now. Select creature. Back in. That's fine, we don't draw anything anyways. Might get a Shatter the Sky. He did not. Okay, we can remove that later on with the Gem Razor, so that's no problem at all. Guess I'll go for this. And this. Give it haste. Just go all in. I think this will get rid of the Nasset. There's still a chance that he plays the Fires of Invention and then board wipes right away. But at least we will get 1 card draw of that. And all we need at this point is just 1 more mana and we can haste the Skagen Hellkite into. Okay, well, the opponent gave up. I guess that's it for today. We dead. This looks great. We can put Pal Collector down first, and then next time we can put down the Stonecoil Serpent for 2. Yeah. Up against a Yorion deck, so we need to raise them a little bit. But I think this deck has quite a good chance against Yorion. Go. And we end the turn. Oh, we need 1 more land next turn so that we can start. We need 1 more land so we can start beating him with the Questing Beast. Good thing about the Stonecoil Serpent is that Deafening Clarion doesn't do much. I don't really care about Nasset either. We did not draw into a land. Let's see. If I play this one for X, then I can double. Yeah, that's a bit useless, I suppose. I could put down this now. I'm gonna leave it like this because there's a chance that he will -2 this next turn and then waste a turn replaying the other Nasset. If he does, he should be pretty dead next turn. Alright, I really do not care about the fairy. And there's our land. I don't think the opponent is gonna be happy with this. But I'm very happy with this. We'll get rid of the fairy. And that's the first game. Let's move on to the next one. We're up against Tigodur, something like that. I have no idea how to pronounce that. This looks good. With a bit of luck, if we can draw into a forest, we can have a turn 3 questing beast. One is not running any companions, so let's see what he is doing. Go. Okay, that's great. There comes the questing beast. And I think that's the game. Let's see. He will heal for 3. You can put down the Marauding Raptor to buff up the one I already have on the field. And that's the game. On to the next one. And we're up against Anne Simon. Let's have a look. We do have a turn 2 Stomp into a turn 3 Klothys. Up against a Loris deck, so the Stomp will be quite useful. I guess I'm just gonna take the risk and keep this. That's also quite good. Maybe I will just play the Marauding Raptor this turn, and then next turn I can get Questing Beast onto the field already. I don't think he has any removal to get rid of this right now. It's fine. Oh well, that's one way to deal with it. Okay, in that case, let's see, I will go back to the Klothys game plan. And we do not have any lands in the graveyard, otherwise we could use the mana for the questing beast. Place the Loris now, that's good, and I'm gonna stomp it in that case. Get rid of that. I don't think he can get it back, but this deck generally runs what you call Cruxes, so that will deny him resources to use when he's escaping that card. If I play this now, however, then I will be able to reduce the cost of the questing beast and the shifting Ceratops. If I draw into a lantern, then that would mean... but no, I'm just gonna stomp now. I think getting rid of the Loris is more important than everything else. He's likely going to revive it anyways, but that buys us a turn to draw into another land. There's a Dreadhorde Butcher. The live game from the Klothys is quite useful here, especially against him. Alright, he did not revive the Loris, that means that we can exile it. Exile that Loris now. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this game plan and I will select creature. And next turn I can Marauding Raptor into the Questing Beast. I don't think he has a way to steal this with, what's the card called again, claim the firstborn. Because this can only target converted mana cost 3 or less. I don't think he runs anything else. Maybe he runs some sort of removal, but I seriously doubt it. See, we need 7 devotion, so next time we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so Klothys will be online as well. In this case, I will just block this. There's a chance that he will kill my Umori, but I think it's worth taking that risk. Okay. Oh, we exile the land. I suppose if we exile this right now, then we can get both the Questing Beast. It's not important. I will exile this, because this will also reduce the cost. I will play this. Play this. And play this tapped. And then next turn we will also have the Shifting Ceratops in case he steals something. And there we go, off to the next game.